This video is going to be about my response and my opinion based on this video that I saw on this article. So let's get this started. Roll it.
Rhino hunting is a controversial topic these days. It's something that I get addressed with all the time. People ask me, how can I be a hunter, or why am I a hunter? There are many points along the realms of like conservation and population management. You know, animals don't have the free reign of wild places like they used to, and sometimes when we hunt them, we're able to kill certain animals in the population that make the population stronger, make the population dynamics and age class stronger. So that's a point for it.
So my response to this is, who are we as human beings to determine who we should control? It's like we're thinking of ourselves as the top of the chain, and we have basically control of who lives on this planet, what amount of space is dedicated to that animal or to that species. And he's basically saying, oh yeah, the animals don't have the space or the wildlife that they used to. And it's because us humans, our species, our own species, have been taking advantage of the rest of the species in this planet and have taken their space. We're invading their space. So therefore, obviously, they're trapped in the small spaces compared to what they used to be, which used to be humongous. And now we should control their species and manage the amount of animals per species. Like, are you kidding me? If you're talking about overpopulation, look at your own species. Our species, the human beings, we are basically taking over this world, thinking of it as if it's our own planet. We are the owners of this planet, so we should determine who lives here. No, if you're talking about overpopulation, look at your own species, and if you want to diminish the amount of your population, start killing people then. Like, if you're talking about overpopulation, it's like, are you kidding me? Why are you not looking at your own species, but looking into other species and saying, oh no, they shouldn't have this space because we want it, so let's kill them? Shh. Stop it.
Another point for it is food for the table, and that's a really strong point for it because we get to take home really clean, really lean protein for our family.
Food for the table. Plant-based diet, plant-based foods, that is what is food for the table.
Really, everyone that's on the earth right now has come from a strong background of hunting. Even if you're the president of PETA or you're a vegetarian, the fact of the matter is your relatives, your ancestors were strong hunters and gatherers, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And some people have kind of evolved out of that role, if you will, but I think it still lives really, really strong in some of us. And I think it actually probably really lives strong in all of us. It's just that we have certain conveniences in the modern world.
Just because your family or your parents or blah, blah, blah did something in the past doesn't mean you're supposed to follow in that path. So let's say that my dad was a murderer. Does that mean that I have to take the role of a murderer and kill everybody? I don't think so. We are all unique and we decide on what we want to do. It doesn't really have to be based on what other people did in our background. Like, no, not relevant.
It's just an awesome experience to kill a bull like this in this territory. We've worked so hard, so hard. I would challenge most people to ask them kind of what right they have to judge me, or really what was their interest level or barrier of entry in going into the grocery store and buying meat off the shelf.
The one thing that I do really agree with him is what he just said. There's really no difference between somebody that is getting their meat from the grocery store and a hunter. You're basically killing the animal. People who actually buy it from the grocery store pay somebody to kill them, have blindfolds and pretend that didn't happen, that didn't harm the animal. But hunters do understand that they're killing an animal. They do it with their bare hands, not bare hands, but weapons. And yeah, so I agree with him actually. There's no difference between those people and him, or hunters in general. So they shouldn't judge.
I dare to say that if I took any PETA representative or anti-hunter or vegetarian or anyone else that seems to be against hunting up here and showed them what we do, that they'd have a tremendous respect for what we do.
The thing that really bothers me is that he didn't really, in the video, which is basically the way he wants to put himself out there and hunting out there, he didn't really put the part where he killed the animal and the animal was suffering and fighting for its life. He didn't really put that image out there because it is a gruesome view. It's terrifying to see an animal fighting for its life. If you want people to see your message for what it really is, you should put that in there, showing the gruesome suffering part of it as well.
We love capturing the story and we love telling it to audiences.
So, conclusion of the video. I agree with him on some things, which you already saw, but I disagree with him on many things, and I just don't understand why, like, it's really not necessary, and he is speaking about it as if it's something that is necessary for his survival, when it really is not. He can pretty much survive on a plant-based foods just as many of us humans are, but then he chooses not to and just wants to kill other animals for his own benefit, which I don't think is necessary. And also, he clearly sees the animal as just an object and something that should be done to the animal, not really looking at the animal as a living thing, as an animal that wants to live and has the desire to live as much as he does. So yeah, that was my response on that video. Let me know what you think, if you disagree with this, if you think hunting must be done to control population of species, and yes, let me know what you think in the comments below. See ya!
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
And peace out. Till next time.